Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am so excited to be partaking in the telephone hop part 2. So this is our second round of it. I am scraplifting this amazing layout from Janet. It's beautiful. I love it so much, and it definitely made me think about using up my paper strips from branding strips that I have. Now this is part of something that was in that beautiful teal bin I had that I showcased on one of my videos about getting through some stuff. Now I have a ton of them. I'm obviously not going to be able to get all of them on this layout, but it is my starting point, and I'm going to kind of dig through them here and find a color scheme I could possibly work with and get this layout started. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna get you on fast forward. Okay, so I am gonna fussy cut out of that beautiful floral that you see there. I pick 3 of the florals, I believe, and I use 2 of them. Pretty sure that's how that works out. These ones were pretty easy to fussy cut. They look really intricate, but if you when you're cutting them, if you just kind of focus on the outline of it and not trying to make it perfect, so you leave a little bit of the navy in your fussy cutting, it's a lot easier and it looks like you intentionally did that. Whereas if you try to actually cut out the florals, taking out all of that navy, you see the spots where you messed up. So that's my mini tip for fussy cutting intricate stuff like that, is just leave a little border and it just looks natural that way. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick some of the strips here that are going to kind of work within these colors. It was really important for me to pick the floral first so that picking the rest of it will kind of go together. And that little chipboard with that kind of Aztec-y look to it there, I have had that forever. That was like a 9 & Co. Do you remember that collection? I'm pretty sure it was from that. So yeah, I've had it for a while. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go through all of my strips, find the stuff. I pull out the love one there that you see too, and I cut it thinking I'm gonna use them. That does not make it onto my layout, but the colors worked, and so that's why I grabbed it there. And I think I use almost all of the strips that I picked, minus 1 or 2 of them that as I'm laying them out, notice that it wasn't exactly the color scheme that I was trying to go for. So, all right, that part's done. I'm good there. I'm going to go ahead and figure out what I want to do with my pattern paper there. So I had 2 choices. I had the pink or the blue, and I do decide to go with the pink, I believe. I liked yes, because I liked the way that it looked. And I grabbed that vellum as well. That is part of the vellum that I received from a lovely viewer. She sent me so much vellum, and I am working my way through it. I love every single piece. And what I don't use up, I promised her if I didn't use it all, I would pass it along to someone else. And so if I don't get it all used up, I am planning on putting it in my giveaway for the end of the year with my spending freeze. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything lined up. I'm trying to follow the scrap lift obviously as closely as possible, because this is the telephone hop. We want to make sure that we get it as close as possible. And I have no idea what it started with, because I'm a little bit right in the middle of the line here. And I really love the way Janet created this layout. It's beautiful. And so I definitely want to try to get at least the idea of the fact that there's strips going on. I don't make it a full, in her layout, it goes all the way to the 6-inch mark. You can tell half of it is strips and half of it is the pattern paper. I don't quite make it that entire way. I didn't have enough pattern paper strips to do that myself. But it's okay. I think you get the same idea there. I then decided, because I like the idea of the vellum on the pink, I'm going to just rotate it around so that it has that kind of effect. And I wanted to, now I know this looks like I'm wasting vellum because most of that's getting covered up, but with that chipboard piece that I was talking about, it's got holes in it. And so I wanted to make sure that I had it over enough that you could tell that extended past just the very first layer. So that is why I sacrificed more of the vellum than I probably normally would. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and layer on my strips. I'm not worried if it's perfectly even or anything like that. I just kind of glued them down to make them work. And then I'll tuck the first floral all the way to the edge of where the last strip ends, and underneath the vellum. So it's kind of like it's peeking out of the vellum, and that kind of just extenuates it. And I love that effect. I think that works really, really well. Now at this moment, I still have absolutely no idea what my photo is going to be. No clue. I'm just trying to follow the scrap list as much as possible. And then I dig through all of my photos, and the photo I choose, I love this photo so much. It's so funny. Sean and I take turns giving the kids baths, and it was Sean's turn to give Nora a bath, and he was washing her hair, and he just happened to stick it all up on the top of her head, and she reminded me of Cindy Lou? Yeah, Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch, right? And so I've had that title and wanting to scrap this photo for so long. I really love this photo. And so I'm so happy this works. It's really, really floral and girly for the photo. It doesn't exactly match, but I'm like, whatever, I love it anyways, and I don't really care. And then you saw that I ripped that bottom corner there. There was a bit of a tear. This piece of paper came from a 12 by 12 like stack of paper. And so when it got ripped out, that little part was torn. So I knew I was going to have to do something with it. I just embraced it, made it even bigger. And I'm going to go ahead and do the strip, like, because you can tell in Janet's layout that there is a border. So I can't do it completely because I want to use this pattern paper that I had fussy cut. So I can't make a complete border out of it. But I'm going to butt it up to the left-hand side there, and then you can still see that there is a border in progress. So hopefully when this gets passed on to, I'm passing mine on to Sandy. So make sure you check that out tomorrow. It'll be fun to see how she does it. If she moves it back and makes it a whole border, takes the border completely away, or if she leaves it like I created mine. I'm excited to see what she does with that. And so placing that back in, and then I work on my title. So my title is exactly what I was saying, Cindy Lou Who. But I struggle with where to place it. And in my final placing, I'm putting it up the left-hand side on the strips of pattern paper. And as I'm looking at this, it's okay. It works. I still feel like eventually I might move it. Like before I put it away, it could possibly move. It hasn't yet, so we'll see. I kind of, but I don't love it. Part of it is because this alpha that I'm using right here to spell the word who, it blends in so much that you can almost not see it. And I tried to outline it and that looked horrible. So yeah, I'm not sure that that's going to stay there, but it's where its home is for now. I also am going to add, this is pretty simple, and I totally could have left it like this. It's very pretty and it works. I love the framing her and the photo. I feel like that works really well. It brings your eye right into that photo because there's a lot going on in this layout, kind of bold colors going on with that black and white and all of that. So I really feel like that frame worked really well. I want to add a little bit more of the vellum so that it's kind of just re-represented within the layers there. And then I'm also adding this doily just because it was sitting on my desk and I wanted to get it used up. That's part of my goals right now is to use what's on my desk and not put it back if I can possibly manage to do that. So that's going to get placed on there as well. And then going through, I'm trying to find a Project Life card because that is in hers original, right? And I'm trying to really make that happen. I am going to place my journaling, I believe, on the card. I'm not sure that I use the Project Life card though. And now that I'm thinking about this, I created this a couple days ago and I can't actually remember what I did. So together we will have to figure it out. Oh, I use this. So I do not put that's right. I don't put my journaling on it. I found this instead. And I love this. It brings in kind of that creamy color, but it also brings in the pink. So it blends everything together really, really nicely. I love that. So that's going to be what I use instead of what she has with words. So my journaling, I'm not even sure that I put my journaling on here now that I'm thinking about that. And then I'm going to just try to find something else to add. I found this Love You to the Moon and Back. I'm going to place that right on top there. It's the perfect home. It almost looks like the title, so you could definitely take that as the title if you wanted to. I just liked having a little bit more. She has beautiful layers and embellishments throughout her layout, so I'm just trying to add one or two there. And then I found this swan, and I'm thinking bath, water, it fits. And I wanted to add one more layer. And so what I end up doing is, I know I have another one and I'm not going to use swans in any other thing. Nora's not in dance yet, so I can use this stuff. But I find another one from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection. So that one is from another one of her collections, but then the carousel one is larger, and I'm going to put that, and it's facing the other way. So I just kind of layer them on top of each other, and it's kind of just the perfect home for it. So that is going to wrap up my layout. If you are just starting with me and you haven't seen the other videos, please, I will have everybody's links to the starting, so check that out. And then make sure you check out Sandy's tomorrow and the rest of them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you really soon. Bye!